Hello, everyone. Skate Park Mark here. Early in the morning, I'm in my lab and basically, consider myself like a chef. I'm always cooking something up, and whether it be food or some sort of, wild notion. And in this particular instance, I've created an Excel spreadsheet. I've cooked up as what I'm calling Mark's Ranker. And here's a little background on this whole thing. I'm a avid football fan. I've always looked at the AP 25 top 25 ranks, coaches poll, Associated Press poll, and it's sort of always kind of bugged me that they'll rank a football team, higher than another team that is undefeated in a team might have one or two losses, but because of a thing called strength of schedule, and in actuality, it's more accurate. It's true. However, that team that's undefeated, when you haven't lost to anybody, it's hard to say that a team that's already lost could possibly be better than you. So I created my own ranking system, and it's very simple logic. The logic is that when you beat a team, like if you get a win, also a virtual win over every team that team has beat. And then it works the other direction. If you lose, then you get a virtual loss to all the teams that team's lost to. So it goes basically on the simple logic, that if, A beats B and B beats C, we can assume, and I know it's not good to assume, that A would beat C. So, anyway, this is what I've done. It's kind of weird. It's a tangent that I'm on. I understand that. And the implications I've found out basically are in the betting realm. So, I'm just like kind of getting into some sort of, handicapping and betting and predictions. And, I don't know if that's what I'm trying to do or if I'm just trying to figure out, just like looking through the data that's already been, that we've already got, that this is the team. So anyway, with this sort of thing in mind that I've just kind of been bugged by, I just began. And what we've got here, I'm recording my screen, is a screen, and it doesn't look like much, and it's scrappy. But I basically just had to start kind of creating basically the database or what it would look like. And it turns out I was sort of creating like a big matrix, I think. So what do I have here? I started off with this Kansas City, and I started thinking that they might have a total record that counts their virtual wins and actual wins. So I've sort of got this week one, they got an actual win against Arizona, and that doesn't mean anything else for these other ones. But turns out in week 2, Arizona went on and beat Vegas. So since they had beat Arizona, they got a virtual win against Vegas on week 2. And since the Chargers had beat Vegas in week 1, and then Kansas City beat the Chargers, so they actually got a virtual win against Vegas in week 2. So that's kind of how it goes. After 1 week, they were 2-0. They had beat Arizona and they had beat the Chargers. And behind the scenes, in a virtual realm, they have beat the Las Vegas Raiders twice. So that's how that works. So it kind of occurred to me that I might need to start creating like somewhere to record all of the outcomes. So that's what I got here. I call it the winners tab, and we'll see every team, the week, and whether or not they won or not. So in KC, their opponent was week 1 was Arizona, winner was KC. So you can look down through here, quickly see KC's 3-1. They have 1 loss against Indianapolis, right? And so the way that this thing works out is, when you lose to a team potentially who's lost to a lot, then you get a lot of virtual losses. So that's how that goes. So I just grabbed this schedule off the internet. That's the schedule. These are the predictions. I'm calling this predictive power. And what'll happen is, and you'll see this, here I'll just go to this week 2. Okay, so this is after 2 weeks of games. We've created this ranking system that has Miami as 1, Las Vegas is 32. And the way that I rank them is I just do a total win percentage, which counts as actual wins and virtual wins and total losses, and we do a win percentage. And then just to make it a little better, because you're going to have a bunch of ties, obviously, in this week 1, we had a lot of 100% wins. Then to further differentiate, we do another layer, and it counts the total wins. So if these guys are tied, then we'll put the guy who has the total wins on top. And then the next level is, if these two are tied with total wins, then we'll look at total losses. And the one with that one sorts the other direction. So the guy with the least amount of total losses is better. And so this is that ranker. So what I did here is I go to this predictions, and we look at week 2 predictions, and we have Arizona versus Las Vegas. And using the week 2 list, we made all these predictions. These are the predictions that we could make. These guys were not tied. There was obviously one guy was 1-0 and one guy was 2, whatever. So anyway, these were the predictions that we could make with that ranker. And then I just have kind of gone down here, and so we can track to see how accurate these predictions are. So in week 1, it had 28.6%, which is 2 yeses and a bunch of nos. Then we can use that same ranker in week 3. See, and in week 3, it turns out that ranking system was a little more accurate. It was 37.5. In week 4, it's 37.5. So, but then we look at week 2, the week 2 ranker. And that's what we looked at earlier, was that week 2 ranker. That week 1, that just was, I didn't do a ranker on that week because it was just, you were nothing, 1 or nothing. But then week 2, then it starts to sort of triangulate a little. Maybe there's 3. The data's better. So whatever. In case, as you'll see though, using this week 2 ranker, go over to the predictions tab. If I can click on it. So this week 2 hit 60% and then 60%, which is a lot better than 28.6. And then what's interesting is, we go to the week 3 ranker, and we use that on our predictions here in week 3, and it turns out week 3 was only at 43.8. When we use that same ranker, that P2 ranker in that same week, and it was 60%. So it's like, week 2, after 2 weeks, the ranking system is a little more accurate than after 3 weeks. But we're going to see, because we're coming up to week 4 here. So we got week 4, and then I noticed that I was able to add this previous week here, so you can see, for example, Cincinnati went way up. They went up 13 places, because they had a big win over Miami. Conversely, New England went down 13. They continued to lose. The Lions, I think, went down 10. That's my team, the Lions. I keep track of them. And of course, now they're continuing their losing ways. So if we were to basically use this rank, these are our predictions. This is the week 4 rank, predicting week 4 predicting week 5. And so far, it's 100% that Thursday night game. This ranking system was able to predict Russell Wilson's bad decision making and factor that in. So it gave Indianapolis the edge, and they indeed did win. So, and here's what the database looks like. This is kind of the grueling part of it, is, I have to fill in this stuff. But I got it color-coded, so it's kind of easy to do. And it turns out that when you create a matrix that has 32 teams for 18 weeks, it's like 300 in Mark's ranker here. That's like, I don't know, 300 columns by 1,800 columns. So it's a lot of scrolling and filling in. So this is it. This is Mark's ranker. And I'll continue to publicize this stuff. I mean, it's no secret, obviously. I'm just kind of curious to see, how this thing, works. It seems to take into account a lot of stuff. And it's kind of this whole virtual realm that we're introducing now. So, in Mark's ranker. All right, have fun. Stay tuned. I'll post the week 5 rank and the week 4 predictions, or the week, I don't know how it goes, 5 using week 4. I don't know how to exactly tell everybody how we did, but in any case, when it all comes down to this, it all comes down to this 43.8%, and we're going to try to do better than that. All right, have a great day. Stay tuned. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.